I'm Addison Cleaver with the Oklahoman, and I'm here with Cameron Jordan, and he has been covering the Putnam North basketball player Jeremiah Johnson, who was shot this week. So, Cameron, I just wanted to ask you a few questions about, what you've been covering. And so first, I just want to know, I know details were unclear at the time that you updated your story, but what do you know about what happened?
Details surrounding the shooting are still really vague. We've yet to be able to confirm a police report yet, just because since he's a juvenile, only 16 years old, it's kind of hard to kind of get details. But what we know is that sometime either late Monday night or early Tuesday morning, Johnson was shot at least twice. Where he was shot, still, again, those details are still being sorted out. Know that he had to have surgery. I talked with his high school basketball coach and also his dad a little bit yesterday as well. I know that he had to have surgery and that the surgery was successful. The doctors are expecting, they're really positive about his recovery and what's looking forward for him. Obviously, it's like I said, there's still a bunch of details that are still up in the air. But as of right now, that's kind of what we know. He's one of the top basketball recruits in the state. Obviously, he had at least 2 gunshot wounds from a shooting. Still kind of unclear where it even occurred in the city. Just that it was either late Monday night or early Tuesday morning that he had a successful surgery, and yesterday that he was in good spirits.
And you talked a little bit about how just great of a player he is. Can you just talk about his significance as a basketball player here in the state of Oklahoma?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think that a 16-year-old sophomore is already one of the best players in the state, let alone country. But we have a story coming out later this week that's previewing who have been the top boys players in the state to this point, and he's one of them. It's just kind of that's how good he's been. Nationally ranked, he's ranked number 16 in the class of 2023, which is that sophomore class. And he's number 1 in the state. And he's already, I would argue, a top 5 player in the state this year, if not a little bit higher than that. He's widely known. He's even got yesterday in support Bradley Beal, the Washington Wizards guard, who's an all-star, a superstar basketball player himself. Jeremiah plays on his AAU team during the summer, and Bradley was tweeting support for him. And I'm sure that he's probably reached out because I know that they stay in contact and are pretty close with each other. But as far as basketball players go, he's really highly ranked. Almost everybody knows who he is. So this was a really big shock to the basketball community yesterday.
And can you talk about any offers, college offers he had prior to this, and how this incident might impact, his future?
Yeah, he had offers actually early on. He has offers from both in-state schools. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State also has scholarship offers from Texas and Illinois. So you look at that, 3 of those teams are currently ranked right now, and Oklahoma State is right on the outside looking in. So that's the kind of basketball player he is. He's wanted from the top programs in the country. And yeah, how this is going to impact him, it's kind of to be determined. I mean, once we figure out kind of where his injuries are, because depending on which part of the body they are, some recovery could take longer. Without knowing too much and without wanting to speculate too much, I would assume that only with about 5 weeks left of the year, I would assume he's probably done for the year. I'm sure he's going to take some time to recover, probably get back to playing this summer, and hopefully he can get back to playing. Obviously, don't want to assume the worst or anything, but yeah, I would assume that a bunch of college coaches are going to be really interested to see how he can recover from this. Anytime somebody suffers injuries that are like this, you're going to be really interested to see how the body heals, how it reacts, and how he is when he gets back on the court. So already recruiting has taken off really big, and I expect that to continue growing this summer, especially if he can get back to the spot where he was before this incident occurred.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and all the best to him. I hope everything turns out okay. So thank you so much for talking with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.